Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Showers have taken off, and now the only question is how many records are we going to break later this week?
Also, what took so long? The Local 4 defenders exposed safety violations at the Russell Industrial Center. Why did it take months for the city to shut it down?
But first, U.S. Marshals opened fire on a dangerous fugitive after an attempt to arrest him quickly spins out of control. Thanks for being with us here for the news at 5. Tonight, we are learning new details about the fugitive the marshals were after.
Edward Burgett was a convicted sex offender and parole absconder. That doesn't begin to scratch the surface. Coco McAvoy following this story for us. And Coco, this guy was extremely dangerous.
Yes, Devin and Kimberly, police say Edward Burgett has a long criminal history, including assault with a deadly weapon, motor vehicle theft, larceny, among other things. He's now in the hospital in serious condition, and we spoke to a man who witnessed the shooting this morning.
It scared me when we got off the bus.
Terry Jackson was on his way home when he saw Edward Burgett get shot multiple times by U.S. Marshals.
All of a sudden, you heard gunshots, blah, blah, blah. He fell in the field. Then that's when you heard all these police cars just coming out of nowhere.
Multiple agencies responded to the scene. U.S. Marshals saying the shooting happened after officers tried arresting Burgett, who was in a vehicle coming from a house.
He backed into, forcefully rammed one of our officers' cars, which is a deadly force situation.
So the U.S. Marshals shot Burgett, who has had several run-ins with the law and was non-compliant with the state sex offender registry.
He was wanted for parole violation, for enticing a child for immoral purposes, as well as motor vehicle theft.
As authorities continue to investigate the shooting, Burgett is recovering in the hospital while under police guard for his crimes. And Jackson is still in shock after witnessing something he never thought he would.
I mean, I never seen the body lying in the field live. You know, that's kind of shocking. I mean, you be able to sustain and handle anything, but something like that is very scary.
And whether or not Burgett had a weapon or fired any shots at marshals is unknown at this time. Police say it's still under investigation. Reporting live this afternoon, I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4, back to you.
And Coco, you mentioned Burgett's criminal history includes vehicle theft, and that could play into this yet again, right?
Yes, police say that's part of the investigation. Of course, that vehicle does trace back to a dealership in Inkster, and the owner of that dealership says that that vehicle was stolen on Saturday.
Yeah. All right, Coco. Kim?
If you drive down this quiet dirt road in Rose Township, you'll find sneakers tied to trees. They've been put there to honor Allie Brugger. The 31-year-old nurse was shot 4 times last July along this road, and still 6 months later, the person who pulled the trigger hasn't been caught. Today, her family spoke out in hopes of generating new clues in the case. Rod Maloney sat down with them just a short time ago, and he joins us live with more. Rod?
Yeah, Kimberly, you know, these are parents who are certainly and fervently hoping that the cold-blooded killer who used a shotgun on their daughter will be caught and brought to justice. And they're hoping that anybody who saw something, no matter how small, will get in touch to help them find their answers.
It's the worst thing that has happened to me.
Nikki Brugger's pain knows no bounds. Her 31-year-old daughter, Alexandra, Alex to her friends, was a loving, caring, giving nurse, an aspiring writer who loved to jog up to 10 miles a day. Her route here along Fish Lake Road, one of nearly 800 miles of Oakland County dirt roads where you're more likely to see deer or turkeys or even horses than people. Last July 20th, after a 12-hour hospital shift, the diminutive Rose Township woman ran near this house when someone pulled out a shotgun and shot her not once or twice, but 4 times in the back. The 911 call chilling.
Okay, she got shot?
Yes. Laying face down, she's bleeding all over the place. I got to get out there and see if I can help her.
Only a coward would shoot someone in the back 4 times the size of a child. 4'9", 98 pounds.
Her father, Franz, wants the killer found and arrested.
Whoever this person is, keep him alive. That's my wish. Do not hurt this person. Keep him alive. So he knows he will live the rest of his life what he did.
Someone that has a tip, that has been fearful of giving that news, will step forward. Because all they have to do is make a phone call. It's anonymous.
Now, this, of course, is a Crime Stoppers case. 1-800-SPEAK-UP is the phone number. And right now, Michigan State Police are saying that they're really frozen in this case, that they've received no new information since the beginning of the investigation. And as of now, they don't know who did this and have no real clue, and certainly would like to see some tips as well. Back to you.
And Rod, there's still a reward in the case, right?
Yes, $7,500 right now, but for answers that might lead to an arrest could get you $8,500 by midnight tonight. So they're stressing that if you know anything, please pick up the phone.
Yeah, hopefully somebody does. And again, that number 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Rod, thanks.
No coat on Rod. A lot of people leaving coats at home right now in this wave of record-setting warm weather. Not going to let up anytime soon.
We did get a little bit of rain today, and we'll take that, Ben.
Yeah, you know, this is as bad as it gets. It only gets warmer from here. In fact, when you look across all the 48 states right now, it's hard to find a temperature that's below freezing until you get in some of the very high mountains here in the west. Even in the northeast, it's 38. We're at 57 degrees, and we're looking at 60-degree highs for the rest of the week. So we could break another record tomorrow. Friday could be number 2 on the list. And then we've got thunderstorms to talk about and the possibility that some of those could be strong, maybe even severe. And finally, a February feel, but it's going to be the weekend before we get it, our last one of the month. We'll look at that in your 7-day forecast and check out those record highs in your 4-zone forecast all in a few minutes. Kim?
Okay, Ben, now to a Local 4 update. Evacuations have been lifted at the Public Library and City Hall in Birmingham following a gas main break. The evacuations were ordered after a construction crew hit the gas line at the corner of Martin and Bates. That's right downtown. Consumers Energy then spent the afternoon making full repairs.
During a tour of the Smithsonian's Museum of African American History, President Trump took a strong stand against racism and anti-Semitism. And then just a short time after that, the White House released a plan to step up the deportation of undocumented immigrants. Tracy Potts following another busy day in Washington. Tracy?
Devin, the president's comments today came as he was under pressure to speak out and speak out more forcefully than he did when he was asked about anti-Semitism at his news conference last week. He sidestepped the question. Then today he took it on more directly.
I've learned and I've seen, and they've done an incredible job.
President Trump marked Black History Month today, touring Washington's new African American Museum.
This tour was a meaningful reminder of why we have to fight bigotry.
In his first direct response to anti-Semitism, President Trump called threats against Jewish community centers painful.
Anti-Semitism is horrible, and it's going to stop, and it has to stop.
His comments come after 70 threats so far this year, plus an increase in hate crimes.
I think it's terrible. I think it's horrible. Whether it's anti-Semitism or racism or anything you want to think about.
The Anne Frank Center for Mutual Respect, they're skeptical. Quote, when President Trump responds to anti-Semitism proactively and in real time and without pleas and pressure, that's when we'll be able to say this president has turned a corner. This, they say, is not that moment. Immigration policy is still under review. Today, Homeland Security promised to hire 10,000 new agents, stop releasing immigrants with pending court dates, penalize parents who pay to have their children smuggled in, but they'll continue President Obama's policy to protect dreamers, children brought here illegally from deportation.
But we know that dreamers were picked up over the raids last week. It's the cruelest act I've ever heard.
President Trump promising a fair and safe America to everyone, including immigrants, Jews, and African Americans. But not everyone is convinced that this criminal's first approach won't have an impact on immigrant children. Late today, Congressman Joe Kennedy talking about that, questioning whether the policy is humane. The ACLU calls it mass deportation that will ultimately be decided in the courts. In Washington, Tracy Potts, Local 4.
All right, Tracy. Back here at home tonight, Mayor Duggan delivers his State of the City address detailing what he's been doing and what's next on his list of things to accomplish.
Let's get to Mara McDonald live. She's at Focus Hope. And Mara, I noticed the mayor always does these addresses at community locations rather than a big to-do downtown. A lot of people like that.
He sure does, and I think that's absolutely by design, Kimberly. He goes into areas of the city to feature them, like, for example, tonight it is Focus Hope. And I think we're going to hear a lot about neighbors, jobs, and things like that tonight. For example, I think we're going to hear a lot more about de-insurance for cars. I think we're going to hear a lot about outreach into the community to try and hook up people with employers, and potentially something as simple as bringing back street sweeping. Duggan's staff isn't releasing his comments ahead of tonight's address, but you can bet the neighborhoods will be front and center. Duggan can already cross off infrastructure improvements like lighting off his list, and commitments to demolish blight may be up and running, but they've been overshadowed by questionable practices at the Detroit Land Bank, which are the subject of a federal investigation. Watch for him to tout city service improvements and lay out a path for more to come. He's on record saying he's ready for another term as Detroit mayor, even though there was a considerable push to get him to enter the governor's race next year. And while plenty of people have picked up petitions to run against him, the only one that's generating any buzz right now is State Senator Coleman Young Jr. The primary is August 8th. Back here live, I've been told that the mayor is working on revisions to his speech right now, and Duggan is interesting in that he writes his speech himself. He doesn't count on speechwriters, and he is also one of the few politicians who can get up here and deliver this address without a teleprompter. He is famous for coming up to these things with a yellow legal pad with the notes that he sort of scratched out and just going on a tear and lasting an hour and making it almost seem effortless. I know there are a lot of politicians who wish they had that skill set. So let's see what he has to say tonight. We're live at Focus Hope. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara, and you can watch the Mayor's State of the City address live here on Local 4, or you can stream it on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com.
All right, it's the missing persons case that has so gripped the community.
Ahead here at 5, the Local 4 defenders uncover brand new information in the search for Danielle Stislicki.
Also, 2 Detroit EMTs go well beyond their job descriptions. So what they did to help save the lives of 9 people in extreme danger. Coming up. Karen?
So what took so long for the Russell Industrial Center to be shut down? Brand new undercover video exposing dangerous conditions inside the Russell Industrial Center. A Defender special report next.
Tonight. New at 6.
For some elderly Southeast Michigan residents, this is paradise.
You know, every time they tell us, well, you're going to benefit, it's like, wait a minute. No, we're not.
But getting away from paradise is proving to be a real problem for a very specific reason. They're a very sad story ahead.
Okay, Rod, plus saying goodbye to a piece of Metro Detroit history as the first ever Kmart is set to close its doors for good.
Packing up and getting out. Tenants at the Russell Industrial Center forced to vacate the premises after the city shuts the building down over safety concerns. Big question, why did it take so long for the city to react to the safety violations and fire hazards that were there?
And it was Local 4 defender Karen Drew who obtained months of reports by city inspectors, but the city didn't react until her news report aired. So let's bring in Karen with the latest on this, Karen.
And Devin and Kimberly, there is a lot of finger pointing going on today after the city shuts down and kicks out tenants at the Russell Industrial Center. So let's take a close look at some of the concerns, and these are stated by the city. One of them, erected walls using combustible materials. They also noted there was a smell of natural gas and as well as illegally installing heating systems. Now, the issue is the city knew about many of these problems for months. Defender undercover cameras roll as city inspectors descend on the Russell Industrial Center. Clipboards in hand, going unit to unit.
You guys want to go to the second floor?
Looking for safety violations. They're easy to spot. Look at what we found on the second floor of Building 2 just a few days ago. 2 overflowing dumpsters placed in front of a loading elevator. One tenant telling me even if they are evicted, the elevator hasn't been working, so there's no way to get his stuff out.
It's what it is. The rent is reasonable. It's just a good place for a lot of people that can't afford to go anywhere else.
Bomarito says he hasn't gotten the notice yet, but expects he will have to move out. There are 184 tenants here, artists, musicians, glass blowers. For many, this is all they can afford to rent. Alan Canera is a furniture maker who rents 6,000 square feet, got the notice to move out. He's angry.
I'm gobsmacked. I'm beyond. I'm beyond. This is how I make a living. This is my livelihood, and I'm not the only one here. A lot of people, I don't have kids. There are other people with families and people that are depending on them that are going to be thrown out on their ears.
Eric Novak is the project manager.
There are some petition walls that are obviously of code concern that they have, which we're more than happy to, immediately start working on and get remedied if the city will allow us to.
Novak told me a similar story more than a month ago after I obtained all of these documents citing the violations found at Russell. Violations like accumulated combustible waste material, extension cords being used, and failure after failure. I also exposed the numerous fire runs to the facility. Fire runs and violations the city knew about, but still allowed Russell Industrial to operate.
It's going to be a mess. I don't know where to go. I've got about, 4,000 square feet there, and to move out, to take it out, is going to cost me a lot.
You definitely have to feel for those artists there. The city does expect to sit down with the owner later this week to discuss the center coming into compliance, but a lot needs to be done. There are so many failures. And remember, a lot of this isn't even permitted, so they've got so much paperwork to go through.
But we've talked about it. There is so much creative work coming out of there. I mean,
That's
it's really an
appeal.
extraordinary place. That's part of the appeal. Yeah, exactly right.
It really is important to note that these artists are struggling, and for many of them, they can only afford that rent. But at the same time, there is a responsibility of that owner that they need to have a safe place.
Right, because we don't want to see another
What we saw in Oakland.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Karen. All right, let's bring in Ben.
Most popular guy in town these days.
Until the weekend.
Well, yes, of course. Well, how much can we ask for, though?
Right.
It's quite a stretch.
We busted 2 records over the weekend. Yeah. We took a little 48-hour pause now, and we could be doing it again tomorrow.
Unbelievable.
So we thought, you know what, breaking daily records wasn't enough. So are we gunning for the warmest February in Detroit history? So far, we're in 3rd place. The average temperature over the month is 34.4, and it looks like we're close to 1 and 2. But keep in mind, these are average temperatures over the entire month so far. So it would take some incredible warmth to get us up to 1 and 2. Likely, we're probably not going to bust those records of from 1882 and really this number 2 February from 1998. It hadn't been that long ago. But we do have a couple daily records again tomorrow and then again Friday that are in jeopardy. 57 outside right now. You can see a little bit of sunshine trying to emerge from the clouds from that tower cam shot there in Mount Clemens. Winds out of the south at 9. We're going to stay on the mild side tonight, at least a little bit milder than we were last night. There's still a slight chance that we could be seeing some showers down near the state line as this cold front exits, but there's just not a whole lot of moisture with it. You see here on the forecast map, if we see it, it's probably going to be down in Lenawee County and Monroe County in our south zone, but it'll be light, not going to last very long. And as that cold front exits, we get a little bit of clearing tonight. Those clearing spots are going to be replaced with fog and then eventually some low clouds. But by the afternoon tomorrow, here comes the sun, and here comes another record high as we go into the mid-60s. We take a small step backwards on Thursday as far as temperatures go, and then we possibly break another record on Friday, but that one could be coming with some thunderstorms. We'll talk about that in a minute. 47 tonight as the fog and clouds redevelop after we get a little bit of clearing during the evening hours. High temperatures tomorrow, 66. If we hit it, that'll bust that record of 65, which was set back in 1930. Here's your 4-zone forecast for those high temperatures tomorrow, and man, it just keeps on coming. Here in our metro zone, 63 in the city, 66 in Dearborn. We'll probably again break that record out in Romulus at 66 degrees, close to 70 down here in some locations near the state line, but generally mid-60s is what we're expecting across our south zone. All 60s north of Michigan Avenue in our west zone, all the way up to Flint. And even in our north zone, it looks like even in Sanilac County, you're going to get into the 60s tomorrow. Sandusky at 62, Lapeer at 62, and Oxford, you're going to be at 63 tomorrow afternoon. So they're the thunderstorms we're expecting Friday. Most of the day is going to be dry, but it looks like the setup now is going to be for a line of storms to come through in the evening. If we see anything strong or severe out of them, it's probably going to be from wind damage. But again, high temperatures hitting 65.
Unbelievable,
before those thunderstorms come in. And this is still February, folks. You got to remind people.
February's going to have to get its act together. It's running out of time.
One more week.
Right.
All right, Ben. Well, we all know how much the sun can damage your skin. So could your smartphone be doing the same thing? How so-called blue light could lead to premature aging. That's coming up in Good Health.
But first, a community left reeling after a police officer is gunned down in a shootout. And that's next.
Now, the basement it's one of the biggest causes of accidental fires inside your home, and you might not realize it.
Very flammable, incredibly flammable.
The Defenders protecting your home from this fire hazard tomorrow starting at 5.
When you know.
In California, one police officer was killed, another wounded while responding to a traffic accident.
It happened Monday near Los Angeles. A 27-year veteran of the force and his partner arrived at a crash scene involving 3 cars. One driver told the officers a man on the scene rear-ended them. When the officers approached the man to pat him down, he opened fire. Police say he'd previously been in trouble with the law.
A long rap sheet. He's out of a serious, really a serious kind of crime, but he's released right away. That's just the way it works, and he was on an early release, so he got kicked out of jail pretty quick.
Police say the suspect may have also killed someone in East LA, then stole the victim's car just before that crash.
Verizon is moving forward with its plans to acquire Yahoo, though now at a discount. Verizon was set to buy Yahoo and the websites it owns for nearly $5 billion. However, Verizon and Yahoo said today the original price is now $350 million less. Yahoo agreed to come down on price after revealing it was the target of 2 security breaches that affected more than 1 billion users. Turned out to be an expensive breach for them as well. A 3-year-old girl was wandering alone on the streets of Detroit when Harold Butler did the right thing, took her to a warm place and then to the police, who found her mom. And today, City Council honored Butler.
That's a baby. She didn't have a clue what was going on. Not to mention that it's cold, but she didn't have a coat on. And so he didn't think twice about it. He did what he felt was best as a father, as a Detroiter.
A lot of people would have looked the other way and said, not my problem. But as you can see here, Harold Butler was presented with the Spirit of Detroit Award for his kind actions.
New at 5:30.
Do you have a dog with cabin fever? Gotta get out, gotta swim. This is the place.
It's a lot of hard work, but it's so worth it. Just look, it's so worth it.
The Bubble Puppy Pool House. I'll take you all for a swim. Coming up.
Historians say these names, these words on paper is freedom. It's the 13th Amendment. It's 170 years old, and it's in the Detroit Public Library, and you could see it.
New information on the mysterious disappearance of Danielle Stislicki.
We're moving in the right direction.
Sources confirming certain items confiscated that could be linked to the missing Farmington Hills woman.
We also visit Danielle's hometown, talking to those who knew her well.
My best childhood memories are with her, you know.
What happened to Danielle?
Does traffic...
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
Been more than 11 weeks now since 28-year-old Danielle Stislicki disappeared after leaving work in Southfield. Tonight, the Local 4 defenders are uncovering new information in the case.
While vigils, flyers, and gatherings continue to keep Danielle's mysterious disappearance in the headlines, police have been keeping quiet on the case.
Here's what we do know. Danielle was last seen leaving work in Southfield on December 2nd. The next day, Danielle's car was found outside her Farmington Hills apartment by a friend. Her purse was inside the car. And since then, police searched a home in Berkeley looking for clues in the case. Karen?
Police tell me they are making progress on the case. It is an active investigation, and while they still wait for lab results on the mounting evidence that was gathered, new tonight, we're learning some other evidence has been collected.
Much attention has been spent on this home on Oxford in Berkeley. It was here a former security guard lived. That guard also worked at the same building Danielle worked. Neighbors we talked to telling the defenders that guard has not been seen since police searched the home.
We told you a mattress was taken out of this home back in mid-December when authorities searched. We've also just confirmed new information. Floorboards were actually removed out of this house, sent off for testing.
Other new information, sources confirming police removed a car from the garage here.
It's like putting together the pieces of a puzzle, and every day it seems like there's another piece that goes into the puzzle.
Neighbors' reaction? Frightened. So much so they didn't want to talk about the case on camera.
We're moving in the right direction, positive developments.
So my logical mind would, be predisposed to think that it was going to not turn out well.
Danielle's father, Richard, says he and his wife recently cleaned out their daughter's Farmington Hills apartment. A heartbreaking move. He shared a picture of her bike and books that were inside the apartment, saying it was too hard to share other mementos at this time. Farmington Hills, Southfield, Redford, where Daniel grew up. So many Metro Detroit communities yearning for answers.
Just remember Danielle as being so bubbly and just such a sweet, kid.
Rich Hoffman was a neighbor to the Stislickys when the family lived in this home on Norburn in Redford.
And as the days and now the weeks and the months drag on, it's just so disheartening to not know and to just wonder, where is she and what happened.
He has a missing flyer on his front door, hoping maybe, just maybe, it could help.
And it's unbelievable, and you don't think that you're going to know somebody who has to go through this.
Rosemary Johnson is one of Danielle's old high school teachers at Redford Union. She, like many, recalled Danielle's smile.
She made others feel good because she was so much fun.
The memories bring her comfort, but what has happened to Danielle brings her anguish.
It's a must. We need to keep talking about it. Somebody knows something.
Someone sure does. The reward stands at $130,000. Meantime, the family continues to hold out hope that justice will be served.
As we always say, even if you think the piece of information you have is insignificant or inconsequential, it might be a part of the puzzle to police that's not.
Right, because they have a lot of pieces. They're just looking for a couple more. So definitely please call Farmington Hills Police. Yeah. Well, in other news tonight, 9 people are safe after being trapped in a house fire on Detroit's west side, and it's all thanks to 2 medics.
Fire started around 3 this morning in a black car parked on Avon Street, and the blaze quickly spread to a nearby house. So EMS was called to the scene, and in total, 9 people saved from the fire, including 4 children. After the rescue, the Detroit Fire Commissioner says he couldn't be prouder of the first responders.
Both of these medics, again, without the turnout gear and everything else, actually went above and beyond. They stopped the fire, they saved the house, and they saved 9 people in the process.
Now they can get to the work on the investigation. It is unclear exactly what started the fire, but that work continues. Across Michigan this Tuesday, following stories from Gaylord up north, also the state capitol in Lansing.
But we want to start in Rogers City tonight, and that's where a Catholic priest has been arrested and charged in connection to a sex crime. Reverend Sylvester Abakwa of St. Ignatius Church in Rogers City. He was charged Tuesday with first-degree criminal sexual misconduct. He's facing life in prison. The charges stem from an incident involving a 28-year-old man. The incident allegedly happened back on February 1st. Abakwa is scheduled to be back in court next Tuesday for a pretrial hearing.
In Lansing, state legislators are debating a bill that would require all children to attend full-day kindergarten. Michigan currently one of 35 states that doesn't require children to attend kindergarten, but under this bill, the law would require any child who turns 5 by September to start full-day kindergarten that year. The bill was introduced to the House last week, currently being considered by a committee.
Up north, an annual snowmobile festival is canceled this year because there's just not enough snow. The second annual Michigan Snowmobile Festival was set to happen this coming Friday and Saturday up in Gaylord, but it's been canceled. Organizers behind the festival say it's because of the unseasonably high temperatures that have caused snow in the area to melt. In honor of Black History Month, a rare piece of American history is on display right now at the main branch of the Detroit Library.
It is a rare draft copy of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. That's the amendment ratified in 1865 that banned slavery in the United States. And our Jamie Edmonds got a chance to check it out.
On the second floor of the Detroit Public Library, through the double doors of the Friends Conference Room, is a glass box with a document inside, integral to our country's history.
It's freedom. This is freedom on paper.
It's the 13th Amendment, one of approximately 38 copies signed by members of Congress on January 1st, 1863. It's printed on vellum on an official congressional resolution form.
A lot of the kids take, I think adults too, take freedom for granted. And if this piece of paper didn't exist, your freedom doesn't exist. That's a big statement. Think about that.
It's a little hard to read, but we know what it says and hopefully what it means.
As we move forward in our Renaissance, we have to look to our past to move forward.
The document is owned by the library. It was brought out of the vault as part of a Black History Month event today.
That's my family name, Baldwin.
Oh, really?
We got our names from the slave owners.
Gabriel Semin and his mom came to the library to check out books and heard about the display.
It's really cool since I'm actually interested in history, like the history of the United States, and I
Never really thought about seeing it, but now that I've seen it, it's really cool.
It's important to know where we came from, our foundation, our purpose. It points to our purpose and our future. So I think it's really important to be aware of that.
If you want to see with your own eyes this rare document, 170 years old, it'll be here until about 6 o'clock in the Friends Conference Room in the Detroit Public Library. Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
So yes, you better hurry.
You better. You've only got 20 minutes, but boy, if you were fortunate enough to go there today, lifetime memory.
Well, the 2017 inductees for the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame were announced this afternoon.
Some of the inductees are the Godfather of Soul, James Brown, Isaac Hayes, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Mary Wells, and Detroit's own Mitch Ryder. They will be inducted on June 11th. The ceremony is happening at the Music Hall in Detroit. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. The new inductees will bring the total honored in the hall to 160.
That would make a pretty good concert, by the way, just the inductees. A four-legged fugitive takes police on a chase that looked like it came straight out of a cartoon.
New tonight, what made this cow right here so difficult to corral in the middle of a busy neighborhood. Hi, Bernie.
Hey, Karen. Brad Ausmus is going to join us. We're at the Tiger Barbecue tonight, and it's rocking, or it's going to start rocking shortly. But Brad Ausmus joins us live in just a moment. Come on back.
Is staring at your smartphone making you old before your time? There's a new warning tonight about screens and your skin.
But first, flames shooting into the air right in the middle of Times Square. What caused this big fire and what made it so difficult to get under control? Coming up.
Detroit. New at 6.
Creeping along the wall of a school in hopes of avoiding cameras. New at 6, what this man did inside Clawson High that has police hoping you can identify him.
Also searching for justice. It has been 6 years since a hit-and-run driver killed this man. His loved ones are not giving up on getting some answers.
An overnight fire forces evacuations in New York City's Times Square. The fire broke out about 4:45 a.m. in the ductwork of a restaurant before spreading to 2 other buildings. More than 200 firefighters battled the 3-alarm blaze before bringing that fire under control. Dozens of people had to be evacuated. 2 firefighters and 1 civilian suffered minor injuries. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
Now to good health. We know too much sun can damage our skin. Well, now some experts are asking if light coming from our ever-present phones, tablets, and computer screens could also lead to premature aging. We avoid the sun or wear sunscreen to protect our skin, but some believe the phones, the tablets, and the computer monitors we use every day could be causing damage. The blue light emitted is called high-energy visible light, otherwise known as HEV.
There certainly is potential that these can cause some of the signs of aging, such as wrinkling, changes of texture of the skin, brown spots, all things that people associate with the aging process.
Dermatologist Dr. Seth Foreman says unlike UV rays, which can trigger a sunburn or a tan, HEV exposure doesn't cause any immediate changes in our skin. But some researchers believe over time, HEV light could lead us to see normal signs of aging sooner. And there's another difference.
We believe that the sunscreens that we use do not block out the high energy visible light.
There is some evidence that antioxidants provide some protection, and more skincare lines are producing antioxidant-infused sunscreens. But as for the long-term effects, the jury is still out.
Right now, it is just a big question mark. However, the one thing that is not a question mark is to moderate anything that is unnecessary.
Many eye doctors are concerned that too much blue light might also be increasing our risk for macular degeneration later in life. So to reduce your exposure, use a blue light filter on your phone or tablet, and you can change the settings on your computer to reduce blue light emissions. A fugitive bull on the run in New York City, of all places.
The chase began this afternoon in Queens. The bull escaped from a slaughterhouse, even though it was hit with several tranquilizer darts. It managed to continue to make its way through Queens before being captured alive in a backyard. Sadly, the bull died during transport to a center for animal care. The animal will be cremated.
It's not one that they know how to deal with there. Not
Didn't get a lot of training on that one.
Well, Bernie has been enjoying some time down in Lakeland as the Tigers get ready to start spring training baseball games.
Yes, he has a special guest there getting ready to talk about the start of the season. Hi, Bernie.
Hey, Karen. Yeah, Brad Ausmus is with us. He's going to join us live in a second. We just want to talk about the Islanders because he's a huge hockey fan. Islanders Wings tonight at Joe Louis, and it's a big game, and the trade deadline nears, and Brendan Smith is one of the names being mentioned. So Jeff Blashill talked about what Brendan Smith has to do tonight to overcome the thought of leaving.
Control you can control, and the best thing for Brendan Smith is to play the best, very best hockey he can. And that's the number one thing, both for our hockey team and for himself. And so let's make sure we continue to focus on controlling what we can control. I thought Brendan was great last weekend. We're going to need him to be great again tonight.
All right, Brad Ausmus is with us here. Tiger spring training continues and rolls on. I've been reading the stuff that you've been saying. It's been interesting to me in that you've stayed pat through the off season, and you're happy. You like the idea of staying pat with the gang that you brought here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there was a lot of talk about people moving, having different faces, but you know, I'm one of the guys that's ecstatic that we have the same group of faces back. I mean, I think we had a good team, hampered by some injuries, and have another opportunity. And it's another year where the guys know each other, they played together, it's experience together, and hopefully it pays dividends.
It's not like you got a bad group there either. I mean, you got a few Hall of Famers that are facing you, right?
Oh, we got a good group. We got a good group.
Yeah. So in talking about avoiding injuries, do you manage differently in trying to avoid those injuries, or you just got to put them out there, let them play baseball?
No, you can't. There's nothing you can do to avoid them. You know, you do everything you can. They do their treatments, they do their maintenance programs. We want the guys to play hard. They play the game the right way. Sometimes you're going to get injured. Hopefully they're not long-term injuries, 6 weeks, 3 months like we had last year.
This is your 4th year as manager here. You started in the minor leagues as a player in 1988. If you weren't playing baseball, what the heck would you be doing with all that time?
Oh, I'd have your job.
That ain't hard. You didn't have to go to Dartmouth to do that, obviously. What would interest you?
You know what, I honestly don't know. I think I was naive at the time. I was going to school playing baseball. I figured I'd make the big leagues and be fine. That was a little naive, but I'm fortunate that it worked out.
Worked out for a long period of time. I mean, it's just an interesting drive that your life has taken.
It is. It's been a great one, though. It's been a great ride. Some great cities, some great teammates, some really good teams, and the ride continues this year.
So talk to me about quickly the ride for this year. You feel confident, you feel good, you feel like if everybody stays healthy, you're making a run at this thing.
Absolutely. This is, like I said, everyone's back. We thought we could contend last year, and this year I think we not only should contend, we better contend.
They all say they want to win it for Mike Ilitch.
Yeah, I mean, Mike was a huge part, obviously, of the Tigers. He was the father figure of the Tigers. He really cared about his players, as you could tell with the contracts he gave the guys. He wanted to keep the guys around. And unfortunately, the most important thing is winning a World Series championship, and we haven't been able to do that. But maybe this year is the year.
Great. Hope to see you in October.
All right. Thanks.
Do well. Great seeing you. Brad Ausmus, there you go. We'll be back at 6. Al Avila joins us live at 6. The Al Avila.
You're already talking
Devin, Karen, back to you.
October. Boy, you're thinking down the line. I like that. That's some positivity already.
You can't. You got to think. You got to think October when you're down here. It's the heat. The heat's getting to me.
Oh, the heat is getting to him.
You look a little sweaty, Bernie.
Yeah, poor guy.
Fix the hair
there. I know it. All right, more from Bernie coming up at 6 o'clock. What about that heat?
Barbecue in 80s. I mean, it's awful.
Really
it's just awful.
Really
tough gig.
You know what? We're going to be breaking records tomorrow. Didn't quite do it today, but still, look at this. For February, 57 right now, and some places did get into the 60s. Ann Arbor, you're still there at 60 degrees. Pontiac at 59. A little bit cooler here on the northeast side. Mount Clemens is 46. And right at 50 in Port Huron and Grosse Ile. So quite a temperature difference between our east and west sides right now. Compared to yesterday, everybody's warmer, even Mount Clemens compared to those numbers that we saw at 5 o'clock yesterday, some places by double digits. But of course, tomorrow we'll be seeing the big jump as we're looking for highs in the mid 60s. 4 Live radar is pretty much clean. There's some showers just off to our south. This is the Ohio State line right here, and you can see some of those showers down towards Defiance and Bowling Green. So it won't take a lot for some of these to bubble up here into southern parts of Michigan, but I think most of us are done with the rain tonight. But we could be seeing some fog roll in as south winds over some of the relatively moist air start bringing in some of those areas of fog overnight. 47 is going to be the overnight low. And then the clouds leave us tomorrow morning, and that's what's going to allow those temperatures to hit the mid-60s. Slightly cooler Thursday, but still, compared to average, which is 37 for a high, we're still going to be at 60 on Thursday. Friday could bust another record. That's when we're expecting thunderstorms, but it will start to feel like February over the weekend. That Saturday high of 43 is going to be early. Most of the day will be in the 30s, and then 30s on Sunday as well. Here's today's Hanson's weather window, and this is out at the Spirit of Detroit statue. A little bit of maybe some sunshine out there.
That's how we all feel right now.
Yeah.
Just sort of reaching
Kind of
up
looking
for the
up,
sun.
right?
But we've got more coming, so it's not done yet.
Thank you, Ben.
Steve Garagiola working on a story about a business with a rather unusual business model. Steve?
Do you have a four-legged friend who's got cabin fever, just has to get outside for a swim? You don't have to wait for summertime.
The energy level is so high. Can you imagine trying to walk these guys?
Why wait till summer for a swim? I'll show you where your furry friend can hit the pool right now. Coming up.
He could have done.
Oh, an indoor pool is quite literally gone to the dogs.
This is the let me try it again. Bubble Puppy Pool House. Actually purpose-built pool for dogs. The owners say it fills a very specific niche, especially during winter. Steve Garagiola got to hang out with the puppies.
Bubble Puppy in Trenton offers full-service grooming for your dog, but so do 100 other places. This is not what makes them one of a kind in the Midwest. This is the Bubble Puppy Pool House. Think of it as an upscale athletic club for dogs. This is a winter getaway for dogs who love to swim. Owner Colleen Madere wanted to put in a backyard pool for her own big dogs.
And my husband said, for 3 months out of the year, are you crazy? So I went, well, what if I did it as a business?
So it became a 15 by 30-foot indoor pool, a toasty 85 degrees, and it's salt water.
It's a lot more gentle on their eyes, their skin, their coat, and dogs tend to drink a lot of water when they're playing. You see the mouths going and they're biting the water. So ingesting that much chlorine, I was a little concerned about that, so we went salt water.
You guys ready? Go! Oh, hey, you're fast. You can rent the pool for a private 30-minute swim with your dog, or join a group swim for $20. And by the way, it's a myth that all dogs instinctively know how to swim, so they do offer lessons.
So we usually start out the newbies with life jackets, and we take them through the water, get them comfortable, and usually by the end we have them jumping off the sides.
Summer fun is no longer just in the summer or just for kids.
We like it because now they're tired. When they go home, they're going to sleep the whole way home.
In Trenton, I'm Steve Garagiola, Local 4.
Ingenious.
What's better than swimming puppies?
I love it.
It's
And I love how
fantastic.
the owners, like the husband said no. She goes, well, how about I turn it into a business?
Yeah,
I'll show you.
There we go. I know. But I also want to meet the person who's teaching the dogs to swim.
That's a whole other story.
Different water safety instructor, yeah.
Local 4 News at 6 is next.
And Kim, that's what's coming up in our next 30 minutes.
You and me both. Swimming lessons for
Swimming
dogs.
for dogs.
Who knew? All right, Karen and David, we're working on stories from Wayne, Harrison Township, and Clawson. Plus, not so fast. There's a disappointing new development involving the future of this park in Sterling Heights. We'll have that. Rod?
In today's market, selling a house should be simple.
Big hit in the head.
But in this neighborhood, it is not simple at all. And for a woman in a wheelchair, it's been a very, very disappointing development. Her story ahead.